All right. So, how to deal with rules in a sneaky way? So, this can apply to everything. All right. Let's say in outreach, some, ev- you see in, let's say in copywriting outreach, right? You, um, everyone, everyone's telling us that it's like people in the copywriting community is they're making rules like, oh, this is how you should, this is the script you should be using, or oh, you should be working for free for your first client, or um, oh, this is how you should be writing copy, or this is how you should be doing this, and this is how you're supposed to do it, don't do that. You know, people like to make rules. People like to do that. Like, oh, this is how you should be doing it. Like, or this is how you do it. Stop doing that. Like, you're not gonna be successful. You're not gonna get what you're looking for if you're doing this. You know what I mean? So, rules. People like to make rules. So, what do you do about it? You just simply become aware of it. You can follow it and you cannot follow it. I used to think that, oh, this is the only way you should do it and nothing else. No, you shouldn't be viewing it that way. So let's say there's a rule in copywriting that you should be doing this script for outreach. Now everyone's gonna be following that. They're gonna be following that rule. You know what I mean? So how are you gonna differentiate from your competition if everyone's doing the same? So what you should do with the rules is you shouldn't be like just following it blindly. Just be aware of it. Sometimes you do the rules, sometimes you don't. There are no rules. You have free will. So let's say the trend is bait and switch, like the thing from my favorite copywriting YouTuber Tom Stoic. He says this is how you should be. Oh my gosh! I accidentally opened my thing. Like, this is how you should be doing your. This is how you should be doing your outreach script. This is how you should be doing this, and you don't have to follow it. That's the thing. You should be able to think for yourself, because that's what I did. Just think for yourself. You can follow it and you cannot follow it. There's nothing fixed. You're not fixated on the rule. You know what I mean? So, you're not fixated on a rule. That means when somebody says, this is how you should do it, that means you have the option to do it and not do it. You're gonna do it your way, whether it involves that rule or not. You know? So deal with rules as in, like, deal with rules as like, oh, so there's a rule, so that's how, so a rule, so that's how you should do it in that way. That rule should, you should do it in the way the rule says how it's gonna be, and you could follow it and not follow it. It's completely up to you. Because if everyone starts following the same rule, then how everyone's gonna be the same. So what's important is you think for yourself, and you do your own thing. Just be aware of the rules. Sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. Just do your thing. So let's say, yes, someone says this is the right outreach script. Doesn't mean you have to follow it. You can follow it. You can follow it, but you can also follow it and not follow it and not be attached to it. Like, follow it, man. I mean, don't follow it and not follow it. You don't have to, like, completely follow it. You know what I mean? It's just there as a reminder. Yeah. So rules are just reminders. Sometimes you forget, sometimes you don't, but you don't have to do it. So whenever you see someone saying this how you should do it, like, this how you should do it, this that's how you should do it, just be aware of it. You don't have to follow it. Sometimes you'll follow the rules, sometimes you won't. Just do what you want. By the way, I'm not saying this as like break the rules or like the government rules, because those have real consequences, like stealing. Of course you wouldn't do that. But these constructs that people like make, like, you should be free to do anything. There's no rules. Just a reminder. Rules are just there to be like rules and stuff. It's illusion. You can do whatever you want. Illusion is just, I mean, the rules are just like a way to control you, but still do whatever you want. So if there's like people are saying that you should do this and that, just don't do it. Feel free to do it, but also also have the option to not do it. So yeah, because the reason why I'm making this video is because I've seen so many videos on how you should be outreaching, how you should be taking the sales call in copywriting. I'm talking about copywriting. How you should be writing your copy. How this way is the only way. But I got sick of it. It's like I started to not follow it anymore because, like, I got sick of it. So you know what I did? I didn't follow the rules, and it still worked. So yeah, you don't have to follow rules. Just do what you want. You can do the rules or you cannot do the rules. But if there is an outreach script that works out there, that works, and people recommend it, then you can do it. And you cannot do it at the same time. So have the freedom to do whatever you want. And yeah, it's pretty simple. So just rules. Don't be trapped by rules. Do whatever you want, and feel free to follow it and feel free to not follow it. Yeah, so that's it. Feel free to follow and not follow.